Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Manuel Chamizo, also known as the Alkalized Man, and today we're going to talk about these bad boys all at the same time. Basically, Mountain Valley spring water that we purchased here in California. And also at the same time, we're going to be pretty much recording this in the same time so I can do some edits later today and try to deliver these beautiful videos to you so you can share them amongst yourselves as well as your family and friends if you wish. It would be greatly appreciated if you can share it. The reason why we're doing these multiple tests is because we were given the question, what is the best water to drink? And a lot of us, we don't trust our tap water for multiple obvious reasons, but at the same time, even our commercials and other things have told us to drink more bottled water, where the question again is this bottled water good for me? Is it healthy for me? Or is it going to improve my health? Or it's just better than tap water? A lot of us have spent hundreds to thousands of dollars on plastic bottled water. And because we have purchased so much plastic bottled water, our world has started to see an impact on those particular type of choices. But in the same note, our health, oddly enough, has also been affected to the point where not a lot of people have been paying attention to, except when something happens. So hopefully throughout this live, I'll get to discuss some of these particular types of impacts, as well as help answer some of the questions. And of course, if you have specific brands of bottled water that you guys are drinking, and you guys want to see if we've already tested it, or something that we have not tested yet, let us know. Please leave a comment below. It'd be greatly appreciated. Evelyn's in the background, and she'll be reading some of these questions. I don't have a tablet on me right now, so I will not be able to see some of these questions. But this is a live that's very interactive, and we like to try to make it as interactive as we can within a reasonable amount of time. But at the same time, we're trying to also produce something so you guys are going to see something, well, pretty much see what's behind the scenes. And we have plenty of content on our social medias, more on Evelyn's stuff. I'm still putting some stuff on my stuff. I'm not the most social media savvy as most of you guys, and I'm trying to get myself a little bit more and more consistent in posting, because there's lots of information to share, and there's a lot of people that have concerns, and I may have some of those answers. Well, or I may have books that can answer some of those questions, or references such as some of my health mentors have already gone through, and so on and so forth. So there's going to be a lot of interaction, little gobs here and there of information, and also I'm going to be planting seeds in your minds by asking certain types of questions that maybe you guys haven't really asked.
Somebody's asking if you have a sleep apnea and nice necklace.
Oh, do I have sleep apnea? Oh no, I have a lot of energy, but when I go to sleep, I'm out. But I don't require that much sleep to be functional throughout the day.
If anyone has a sleep apnea, what would be your advice? How to improve it?
Well, typically sleep apnea is due to stress. The racing mind, or the cortisol level is still high, or the blue light is still active, and it needs time for the brain to acclimate. So if you're watching TV or you're looking at your phone right before going to bed, it still makes your brain active. So some people have purchased blue light blockers. Some people have just pretty much turned off all their TVs and phones a half an hour to an hour before going to bed, and just read a book. You read a nice, if you read a positive book, an inspiring book, and you just read the pages, the inspiration that you'd be reading will help influence your dreams, but also by reading the books, because it's very gentle onto the eyes, and also it's a relaxing because you're not moving, you're just like laying there and you're just nice and relaxed on light that's not like super intense. When you're reading a book, it's actually like calming the body down. It's also refocusing the brain because you're reading the material. You're not thinking about multiple things while you're reading the book, but also it helps the body to start to slow down. And then after a half an hour to an hour of just reading that beautiful book, then you're like, okay, feel a little bit satisfied. My eyes are nice and heavy. And then you just turn off
Blindfolds
your light.
also help, and so
Yes.
lavender essential oils. We
Oh,
have
yes.
some lavender cologne.
External stimuli. What we do here is we use incense, such as lavenders. Sometimes we'll use smoke incense or so, if you're concerned with fires. You can always use like a mist, a pillow mist. We got ours from L'Occitane. It's beautiful. We've also one of the things I would suggest
Lavender
is
tea.
I would tell the person, nutritional wise, that you can eat a kiwi. A kiwi is like a giant size sleeping pill in a sense, because when you eat the key lime, or sorry, the kiwi, it has magnesium, silica, vitamin C, iron, and it also has some phytonutrients that helps calm down the body. So body-wise, you get to calm down, or you can drink. Or one of the things you can also do is not to eat a high carb meal. Meat and fat, or protein and fat like meal. It's not so hectic on the digestion system, especially if it's a smaller meal before going to bed, meaning 3 hours before going to bed. That also helps out too. There are some people that try to eat something that puts them into a food coma. There's some people that do that, but it causes a little bit of fatigue, especially when you're digesting in the middle of the night. It may lead you to going to the bathroom. So it's just one of those clutches of suggestions. Yeah, it's due to stress, big time. There's even some cases if your body's extremely stressed out for a long period of time, and you're just you're snoring more, or your sleep is very, very light. You have racing minds, or you can't black out your room. And even if you put like sleeping blindfolds or sleeping mats on over your eyes, your brain is still active. That's because it's stress. It's all stress. Yeah, and there's also some suggestions when it comes to sleep packs as well. There's some individuals where they need sleep assistance due to lack of oxygen, inflammation in the respiratory area, the throats, the esophagus, and other things. There's multiple things. It all comes down to stress and diet. There's a good portion of it, and that's why we're going into these liquids, these waters, because not a lot of people know that there are waters that increase inflammation. That's crazy, but that's a seed for your mind. There are some liquids that will spike your stress in your body significantly, and the easiest ones is soda, just the sugar content alone. But the acid behind this puts your body in a constant stress mode. Your cortisol level goes up while your body is dealing with the artificial sugars, and it's spiking your insulin like crazy. So you're spiked like crazy, but also you're being stressed out because of the acid. So that's it's not the sugar that's like kicking the nose with your teeth, that's giving you like cavities and things. It's the acid. So even if you totally got off sodas and you're still getting cavities, it's because of the diets that's causing more of the stress in the body and the acidity that you're consuming. Because the body uses your bone calcium to help neutralize the acid in your body. And easy access bones is your teeth. It's just one of those things. But one of my buddies was teaching me how to get rid of cavities not utilizing your dentist. Yeah. Okay.
We'll save those details for
Yeah.
once you guys have all the goods that you need for it. That's not something that you can just get
Yeah,
over
these-
the counter. That's an
yeah.
extra next level information.
Yeah, that's
And that has to be private. Sorry, guys. Anyhow, our job here is, I'm just going to say something funny. Our job here is to take doctors out of business. No, I'm kidding.
no. Doctors need to have their business. Doctors supposed to help, but it's
They
up
do.
to us to take command over
They
our
do.
health.
The main intention is to help people.
Yeah.
We love helping people as well with natural ways. Anyhow, so today, guys, we have a special request. We are testing the Mountain Valley spring water. Where this suggestion came from, I think one of my friends was drinking this water because it's glass, and he feels like spring water is the best out there. So we're doing this especially. I think my friend Nick was the one doing the spring water, Mountain Valley. So Manny's gonna be recording this live, guys, so you can also see it while being tested, and then we'll have an edited version, which will take time, because Manny's a very busy individual. But you guys are having first dibs, okay?
Yes.
So let's do this.
All right. So let me do the recording of a little bit of an intro. Okay, 1, 2, and greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Manuel Chamizo, also known as the Alkalized Man, and today we're going to test this beautiful little bottle that you buy from a grocery store here in California. So we're going to see if utilizing 3 different tests: minerals, antioxidants, or oxidation, and the pH. Is this water good for you? I don't know. Because the big question is, what is the best bottled water that you can buy from a grocery store? Or what's the best bottled water you can drink? Well, we're going to find out through these tests. Stay tuned. Okay, nice little pause. Okay. So, I'm going to set this up for the first test.
Are you guys familiar with this kind of tests? I want to know if you guys have seen this before. If this is your first time seeing this, or you've seen it somewhere else?
Yes. If this is the first time you've seen this test, and the first time you've seen us before doing these interesting lives, thank you so much for stumbling upon us. And we like to be interactive, like I mentioned. Ask questions. We're doing like 2 or 3 things all at the same time. Yeah. Okay, so you want me to start? Okay. So the first test is going to be testing the mineral content of these beautiful bottles before us. Here is the water that I make in my kitchen. This is known as structured water, alkalized structured water. And here we have the Mountain Valley spring water that you get from California. And we're going to see how much minerals we have here. So this is a light meter. And what this does, it measures the content of minerals. Basically, if it's low to no minerals, it won't turn this light on. But if it does have minerals, a good amount, it will turn this light on. Nature loves minerals. The water in our nature has minerals. So if you look into your fruits and vegetables, the water in your fruits and vegetables have minerals. I am also conductive. I am a light being. I am 70 to 75% water, but also my water has minerals.
You are dehydrated. Here, you need water. Can you drink some water?
Sure. I too have minerals in my body from my waters.
You're severely dehydrated.
What in the monkeys?
Don't tell me it's because I forced you last night to have a glass of sangria. That's affecting the.
I cannot believe this.
You want me to get you more water, so don't use the one from the lab.
There we go.
You want me to get you more water? Wow, guys, okay, so you guys are seeing live. This light turns on every single time because it's been drinking water. Last night we just had 1 glass of sangria. Have you been drinking water today?
Not much.
This proves the fact that if you are not drinking, if you're not hydrated, you're out of minerals in your body. So he is going to recharge himself. It's actually a very good thing he's going through. So you guys have the proof. Beautiful, beautiful. There you go. Oh, here you go, guys. I don't know if you guys need any more proof that you need hydration.
So I too am full of water, 70 to 75% water, and I too am natural, and I can turn this light on. So nature has minerals in the water. So drinking water with minerals is good for us.
I'm so glad you recorded the whole thing because it tells people.
My God.
Some people drink reverse osmosis water and they are aware that they don't add the minerals.
Let's call them outtake
And
up the
some
wazoo.
people are having side effects from drinking reverse osmosis. We actually came across with a few beautiful people that were sharing, their concerns. So that's why this is important to know. And many not drinking enough water today proves a point that his body needs the minerals. And the light test was showing it. The light test is not gonna care what is being tested. As long as it has minerals, it will light up.
Yes. Like simple idea. Ooh.
What happened? A little bit.
It has a little bit of minerals.
Yes.
And here.
That's our water. You guys can see the one in the blue big bottle is ours. Now, I give major props to Mountain Valley because they're using glass. Glass is much better than plastic. It's much better than aluminum cans. It has some. Okay, you want to record?
Yes.
So what are you guys thinking? Let me know.
Okay. So let me put these guys here. Put this over here. Put that over here. All right. And go. So let's see if the Mountain Valley has minerals. It's fairly low, but there's still minerals in there. But if I put it in this alkali structured water, lights me up like a Christmas tree. Ain't that a beautiful thing? So that's not too bad, but this is better. Nice little pause right there. Okay, so that concludes the first test. So now we're going to get to the second test. And the second test is the most important test in the world in the case of health. So today I was listening to Chuck Norris's health video, and he was going with some aspects of health. And I'll give you guys the basic gist what he was saying. If you're going to try to improve your health, there's 3 major factors that you have to keep in consideration of improving your health. The first one is gut health. If you're not eating enough prebiotics and probiotics to get the gut health up and running, well, if just look into folks with lactose intolerance. Lactose intolerance is just based off lack of probiotics in the gut. So when you're eating, when you're consuming dairies and you feel kind of bloated and you're running to the bathroom for the runs because you're lactose intolerant, well, the first question I typically ask those individuals is, do you eat fermented foods? Because when you're drinking milk that's between 0 to 2%, there's not much bacteria in the milk. That's why it's best to go to whole milk. See, if you're going vegan or vegetarian or whatnot, you don't really need milk, But if you do, try to go towards whole milk. The whole reason why you started going with this whole 0%, 2% garbage, and I mean it garbage, because they were going with this whole aspect of keeping your cholesterol down, keeping your fat levels down, because fat was the enemy, which we now know nowadays is just the opposite, because fat does not spike insulin, or just very, very, very little, bit. But fat, good quality fat, is not an enemy. It's actually one of the best things you consume. Hence why avocados is bomb. Then you have coconut oil, that's bomb. Then that's where you have olive oil, which is bomb. Good quality fats. Now, when it comes to the fats with your meats, that's where it gets into some controversy in itself, because yes, the fat from meats doesn't have, it doesn't spike your insulin, but like living animals, if you haven't thought about this, this will be another seed planted in your mind. When you consume foods, especially processed foods, that you're taking in foods that have toxins, your toxins are being the toxins are being absorbed into the body. Then the body takes those toxins and then it moves it away from the organs. And where does it deposit it? It deposits it in the fat. So that's why you have some people, when they consume certain foods, they start having skin conditions, because some of those toxins are going into the stored fat cells, and it's really close to the skin, and then then you have your lymphatic system that's trying to push some of those toxins out through the skin, and then those toxins are reacting to the skin, which leads towards skin conditions. One of them is dealing with eczema, the other one is dealing with psoriasis due to herbicides and pesticides. Then you have other types of reactions that's like dry skin, scaly skin, plus acne, so on and so forth. It's because the body is trying to move those toxins outside the body, and if those particular toxins are reacting to your skin, it leads towards skin issues. That's one of its little collections of things. Also, you have some situations where the toxins are being moved so far away or to specific locations. Like when you're eating like let's say meat, and you're eating a lot of meat, and it goes through the digestion system, and the meat is rotting because you're not breaking down all that meat. So the decay of the meat is producing toxins, and then it's being absorbed from the intestinal tract and being transferred towards the liver. Then the liver is pretty much trying to clean that up, take those toxins out, depositing it either through the lymphatic system or through your backside, and other collections of methods of trying to get rid of some of those toxins. That's why we're supposed to eat like a lot of fruits and vegetables, because those the phytonutrients as well as the vitamins and minerals helps the body to try to get rid of those toxins, especially when you're drinking a lot more water, because you need more water to flush some of those items, hence the taking the urine, whatever. So when you're dealing with all these different toxins, your body is trying to deposit those things in your fat. Now, where am I going with this whole spiel? When you eat animals, they go through the same exact process like us, especially your pigs and your cows. Cows are not exactly the most lean because they don't really travel that much. Pigs, they get fed so well that they tend to have a lot of extra whatever. Then you have your chickens, same issue. That's why we want to go more towards lean meats and not count on the fats that's on your animals, because the stress and toxins that they've been consuming goes into the fat. So hopefully that kind of like give you a little bit of a bridge on why you're not supposed to eat a lot of animal fat, but your best fat is plant-based fat. So when you're dealing with keto and paleo, it's not the fat from the animal that you're supposed to be focusing on. It's actually the vegetables, the plant-based oils that you're supposed to be focusing on. So you go with lean meat and plant-based oils, and you'll have a nice little balance where your your stress starts to go down because there's stress in animal fat. Just think about how they were killed and the cortisol levels before death. Then you have with plant-based oils, it's not as like a carcinogenic, but also at the same time, it's not as acidic. Some of your fats is actually alkaline forming, which is great for the body. If you look into your fruits and vegetables, they're alkaline forming foods. So if you look at alkaline versus acidic foods, then that should give you a little bit of a heads up to see the pattern. Plant-based, we're almost like plants, man. So when you're dealing with, and that's where even paleo pretty much says this too, is like if you're going to do meats, you do lean meats, but you don't do dairies because dairies create mucus, inflammation, because it's acid forming. But with paleo, it's meat, fruits and vegetables, legumes, seeds, and so on and so forth. But there is no dairy. So hopefully you guys got the basic concept of paleo. Keto is great too. Keto is okay. They allow dairy, but there's a lot of acid forming concepts in keto that's not being addressed. But with paleo, they help address some of the acid forming side of things. So that's why they have the meats, which is acid forming, but also a lot of fruits and vegetables, which is alkaline forming. So it gives you a balance, and that helps with the gut. So that's where it all comes with this whole spiel. Okay, then the next thing that Chuck Norris was talking about, besides probiotics and prebiotics, of course, ashwagandha. He talks about ashwagandha, herbs are a beautiful thing. But the third one he was saying, which was the most important thing of it all, was rapid aging. A lot of older folks, they start getting age-like symptoms, which I think is crap. Age-like symptoms is pretty much years of you eating this particular way, and then your body is pretty much like letting go some of its defenses to try to deal with the overload of what you've been doing. So that's why we're going into all this stuff dealing with water, because we're drinking water for years. And the second test, which is going to help address the rapid aging, is antioxidants. Everything is about antioxidants. The electrons in your food, living foods, because my Pinjak Salat teacher would tell me is when your food is more alive, you become more alive. When your food is dead, you become more dead. So when you look at your diet, if you have symptoms, what are you eating? And when you think about those who are healthy, what are they eating? So hopefully that starts making some sense. There's a lot of like background like stories that helps connect some of these things, but this is literally the most important test, which is going to be expressed with this particular device. This device is an ORP meter. It's one of our best instruments that we've owned in our lives. This one pretty much unveils everything that we've come to realize and learn with all these health people, all these rumors of this is healthy, this is not healthy. All this just pretty much like lifts that veil and says, this is good, this is bad, this is why. Okay, so I will do this little recording as well, and you guys will get the basic gist of antioxidants in oxidation. Okay. And this is the crazy part. Evelyn hears me talk about this all the time. So you can only imagine, Manny, I now know how to explain it. So next week, I'm going to be explaining this to everybody. Right, babe?
No.
You've been hearing me saying this for years. But you should do one of these. You should do one of these, babe. And show them. Show the world how awesome you are, babe. Because she's my lighthouse right there.
I know. This is funny, guys. I want to share with you. Manny wanted to do a live, and today I was just busy doing other things, and I said, "Yeah, go ahead, get my phone and go live on my account." And he's like, "But I need you." Like, what do you mean you're the one doing the show? So he's cute. Okay.
Yes, I'm a
So,
guest.
hi, Colette. Thank you for joining us. Colette is in Philadelphia. We met only live through TikTok, and she knew about this technology, the water, so she decided to get her system within a week. And 7 days later, her system arrived, and she's been drinking her water for, I guess, like a month and a few weeks now. And she also did an amazing 7 day water fasting. She loved it. Her daughter loved the water, and that is, a blessing for everyone in her family. She also shares some water with her neighbors, and they can tell the difference. So thank you, Colette. You're a blessing to us. So there she is in the comments, guys. If you have, well, I don't know if she wants to be bothered with questions or anything, but
I say ask. It's okay.
okay. So
Ask. Okay, cool. So let me record this and go with the simple gist. On.
Colette might be like, I just want to drink my water.
Yes. Okay. So this next test number 2, is the most important test. This device is an ORP meter. And what this meter measures is the oxidation or the antioxidants of the liquids before us. So if it is oxidative, that means it gets you closer towards dis-ease, and it gets you closer towards oxidative stress. And it's a nice little measure. But if it has antioxidants, everyone's trying to buy antioxidants, that's youth right there. It gets you further away from dis-ease. So what this ORP meter does is, if it's a positive number, it is oxidative. But if it's a negative number, it is antioxidants. Now, the whole alkaline this and alkaline that has been hijacked, but a little bit more defined. So if it's alkaline and it's a positive ORP, based on research, it has no health benefits. But if it's alkaline and it is a negative ORP, it has positive impact to your health. So let's see what these guys have. So I stopped that. So you guys get first dibs because you guys are here. You guys are spending your time here. You guys want to get the real answer right now, right now. Okay. So right now, I'll show it to you and then I'll show it to you guys.
I think Rosette to Colette's phone and she's live.
Oh, okay. It's all
I
good.
hope mommy is nearby, baby.
Okay.
Don't get in trouble.
So here you have the number. I'm about to put the probe into the Mountain Valley. And what number do you guys get?
I get a positive oxidation 245, 48, 50. Oh, keeps growing.
It's above 200 and above 220. So it is a positive number. That means it is oxidative. So if this was alkaline with a positive ORP, this has no health benefits. It hydrates you because it's water, but it has no impact to your health. So if you go towards the alkalized structured water that I make in my kitchen, and I put it in here, what numbers do you guys get?
Wow, that is a negative. Move it a little bit so negative 780-ish up and down. Negative 780.
So you guys can see over there?
That is incredible,
that.
guys.
That's a beautiful
Hopefully
negative
you guys
number.
can see it too.
And this
There
is
you
what,
go.
And this is what I drink every
The light
day.
is on the way. Can you get closer to the lens? Perfect. That negative 788. That's
cool.
Amazing.
So this is what Evelyn and I drink every day. Now, this is a natural occurrence because there are 6 locations around the world that makes this type of water. You have one in Mexico. You have one in Lourdes, France. You got another one in Northern Germany. It's like, this one is so famous, they built a church on top of it. And then you got one in North India. You got one in China. I have no idea where in China, though. And then you got another one, the last one, in the southern realm of Australia. So some of these individuals that are really close to some of these sites, they can get this type of water. Me, the closest one is in Mexico, and that's south of Texas. I'm pretty far from there. So I just go to my kitchen instead. It's so more convenient than just to go to my kitchen. I bought a system that makes this type of water that these 6 locations around the world makes, and I just go to my kitchen. That's what it's all about. Antioxidants. Antioxidants.
People are being misled that mineral spring water, I mean, you just go to those natural spring water places, but we did test it out. We tested out, guys. The closest one is Carlsbad, like a 45-minute drive from here. We tested out from the facility, and we also tested out the bottled water version. And guess what? Guys? They say it's alkaline water, and when we tested out, it wasn't even neutral. It was acidic. So
you can go on YouTube.
That was shocking how people
find this.
Think that, just because.
And they're local.
Mm-hmm.
So
we gotta do that testing.
So because we make our own water at home, we haven't bought bottled water to drink for years. A lot of these bottled waters, I have not drinking any of them. There's only one that I actually consumed, or I had a taste.
I want to say something. Yeah, go ahead.
But we don't buy bottled water. We haven't seen a lot of these brands for years because we just don't buy them. But we bought this so we can test this out for you guys because nobody knows what they're buying.
I want to say something, guys. You notice how our water has antioxidants and the other ones don't? Imagine soaking up your fruits and vegetables in our water. We should get some fruits and vegetables another day so we can soak them in our water versus another version.
Oh, yeah, that's easy.
And test the antioxidants directly on the produce.
Sure.
Are you guys down for that? Would you like a test like that?
So let me record the second test.
The third one. Oh, you haven't recorded.
Getting all these mixed signals. Okay. So let me record what you guys pretty much just witnessed. Okay, so with Mountain Valley, make sure we
Did you explain the ORP and all of that already?
Yeah.
On the recording?
I want to make sure it's nice and bright. So here with Mountain Valley, drop the probe. Look at that number. It is a positive number. But when you go into the alkali structured water, look at that. It's a beautiful high negative number. That's beautiful right in itself. We drink this every day, a gallon of this every day. Pretty simple, right? We can replicate this multiple times. So far, based on all our tests, and we have tested, I think, almost close. We have tested about, I would say, more than 50 different types of bottled water since we've been living across the U.S. And so far, no bottled water has produced antioxidants. None. I would put this thing in so many different bottles of water, and I'll never get a negative number. Never. Unless I pour this in there, I don't get a negative number. And we purchase, like, we buy teas, we buy coffees because they have antioxidants. We juice, we eat our fruits and vegetables to try to get antioxidants. There was a live that I did last week where I plugged this end into some fruits and vegetables, and I didn't get antioxidants. Even one of the avocados that we got from a farmer's market didn't produce any antioxidants. That part kind of like made me go scratch my head. It's all based on how old is the fruits and vegetables. Another question: when you guys go to, and this is a wonderful seed. How old is this? When you go to the meats, this will flip you out. How old is the meat? When was the animal butchered to produce this meat? I have no idea. The package just doesn't say. Has it been 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 2 weeks, 1 month? Who knows? It takes time from the butcher when they bring in the cow, slaughter the cow, take the meat, do what they do with the meat, then bring it to the grocery stores.
So Manny, somebody's asking, is that flat Earth map in the background?
Oh, this? Nah. No, no. The reason why you can tell that it's not flat Earth because it's not like that. Because North Pole is still over here, so everything is in relative to north, south, east, and west. But if it was a flat Earth, it'll be a disk where everything just rotates. So you'll have north in a like pretty much taking a globe and just flatten it out. So no, this is not a flat Earth. And also the South Pole will just be a big ring.
Colette says
Yeah.
it is amazing. The water cleans the fruits and vegetables. You see all the stuff, the wax coming out of it. Yep.
We will do a live on that.
I will post a video about that as well.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing.
And I think I post a video?
I'm not sure you did. I still have to do it.
I posted on another.
So do the
another
pH
area.
test.
Yes. So this device is one of my. I love this device. ORP meter. If you guys ever get interested in knowing what you guys have or what you're drinking or consuming, think about an ORP meter. It's just weird. It sounds weird, but my God, you start finding out how oxidative some of your things are, you'll be turning your heads. You'll be turning your heads. I've been testing my tap waters. You saw like about around 200 or so with just Mountain Valley and spring water. When I test my tap, I'm in the 400s. When I was in Ohio, no. When I was in Chicago, I was getting 600. 600. And your sodas are in the 400s. 400s. And then there was this like big question I was wondering, like, and I made a video on YouTube, and I was wondering, can you really get antioxidants from teas? So I would use the device? No. But I did get coffee. Coffee did give me antioxidants, but teas, none of them. I'm like, everyone's spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on tea just to get antioxidants. The whole benefits of green tea, right, is the antioxidants.
Did you guys know Tijuana? That was a beautiful, fancy tea shop, and we loved going there. Good. That tea was really up there. It was high in quality.
Yeah.
And I would just buy a little bit at a time because it was really up there.
Yeah, when we were traveling around the U.S. 2 years ago, that was like we knew the last time we saw Teavana was in Chicago, and we went to the mall to look for Teavana, and that's when we found out that Starbucks they bought Teavana and then they closed them down. I'm like, what the freak? There was a point where Starbucks did sell Teavana tea, but then they just decided not to do it. Oh, so sad. We love the tea. We love the tea. Okay, so now we're going to get to the third test, and I'll go into this as I'm doing this recording. All right, and I will prep this. Here. Where is it? Here.
What's going on?
I'm gonna spank. That's what I'm gonna do.
What?
I'm gonna spank. Okay. All right. You guys may like some of this. Okay. So the next test, the last and final test, the test that all marketing is all about is alkalinity. Is the water alkaline or is it whatever? And is alkaline water a scam? Ooh, that's its own little thing. But everyone is focused on alkaline. We have multiple brands that's all about alkalinity. Going with all this ionized charge and electrolytes for taste and all the other good stuff. It's all about alkalinity. Hundreds and thousands of dollars people are investing just in these bottles of brands of water. It's all about alkaline, alkaline, alkaline. And we're going to see if this mountain spring is alkaline. So let's see. If it's yellow, it is acidic. If it's a green, it is neutral. If it's blue, it is alkaline. And if it's purple, it is a royal. Royal purple is super alkaline. So let's test out and see what this is going to give us. Okay, so with Mountain Valley, you got a nice, beautiful blue. So it is alkaline. But here, with our alkali structured water, it is a beautiful royal purple. So it's super alkaline. Now, what makes it also a big difference is, this is not done with chemicals. And so far, based on this bottle, when you look at the ingredients, there is no ingredients. So this is a natural alkaline water here, spring water. And here it also doesn't induce chemicals. So this is a natural alkaline water here too. But if you go towards alkaline bottles of water, when you look in the back, it has ingredients. Read the ingredients, you'll be shocked. And when you come over here and you're about to spend all this crazy money about these alkaline waters, look in the back and see the ingredients. That's what makes it alkaline. So it's not a natural alkaline, it's man-made. And we all know that processed food is man-made, but natural. We are natural. We want natural alkalinity. So these two are doing pretty good, but this one is doing better. Okay, nice little pause, nice little pause.
I am curious. Do you think you should do the blowing test and explain that? Because
the blow test?
Yeah, do you have a straw? So
no, I think this is a good, but I could do the blow test if you want.
Just in case that pH is raised by chemicals, we can find out.
It's not chemical because there is no ingredients here. None.
You want to try?
It's mountain spring. That's it. Oh, and also I give you this. Plastic is way better.
Plastic?
Glass is way better than plastic.
Okay, he's tired, guys. We're calling out a day. That's it.
No. So glass is 10 folds better. It's so much better than plastic. Here you got to worry about B-plate plastic and get worried about synthetic estrogen going into your system. It's its own big deal. And here, as you guys have noticed, not a flat earth map I got over here, you've noticed that some of these pink blobs of dots, these are plastic islands that's been developed over the years because we buy so much plastic bottles. Especially when you start seeing, no, not this one. There it is. When you start seeing this on the beach, in the parks, and other unknown locations where it's not supposed to be, these type of things, as well as other types of plastic, has been floating in our oceans for a number of years. I'm not talking about 50 years. I'm talking about less than that. And these are plastic islands. There's 6 of them. We got one between California and Hawaii. And then there's like a little bridge of plastic. And there's another plastic island right next to Japan. And south of that, right next to Australia, there is another plastic island. And then this one blows my mind up. South America. There's 3 at the west, east, and north of South America where you have plastic islands. You got one right between the U.S. and South America. Right near the Caribbeans, there's a plastic island. Plastic island. And supposedly OSHA has been trying to clean up some of these plastic islands, but they say that they can't do anything because there's just too much plastic coming in. So the more they take out, the more that goes in. And it costs too much money to try to clean this. So they suggest, okay, we got to stop it from the source. or try to stop it from the source, which is the mainlands. In Europe, they don't use as much plastic, thankfully. They actually use a lot of glass. When I used to live in Germany, it was nothing but glass for the longest time. When I came to the US, that's where plastic bottled water started to get bigger and bigger. We've been to Ecuador. Ecuador does a lot of plastic. We've been to Mexico. Mexico does a lot of plastic. Uh, if you guys travel in other places around the world, have you guys noticed a lot more glass or a lot of plastic?
You know what
I'm
it
curious.
is? It's this big bottling multinational companies. They are big in Latin America. I don't know about the States alone, but we're talking about Coca-Cola, the Pepsi company. They produce so many brands of sodas besides their main star product. So people are falling for that sugar. Also, I shouldn't talk about it, but I'm going to a little bit. Diabetes spiked up in Latin America.
Oh,
So what is the connection? That's all I'm gonna say. I am not tempting many to.
I know the connections,
You know
but
the
she
connection.
doesn't want me to say anything
I'm just saying.
because my mom has diabetes, and I've given her some suggestions, and those suggestions have significantly brought her diabetes down because she was really high, and with some of the suggestions and the things that she was researching on, it actually brought a lot of her numbers down to the point where she didn't take certain pharmaceuticals. So
Okay.
let me do a quick little summary,
Explanation.
and then I'll do the breath test.
Okay.
So I help you out based on my babe's suggestion, because she wants to show you this little extra stuff. But I'm not
just
going to record this
curious.
extra.
Okay. You have to.
Okay.
You have
All right.
to.
Let me do the summary. The summary. All right.